Hi guys. Oh, it's kind of bright out. Oh well, it's fine. Just shine like the star I am. Okay. Gemini, we are doing your reading. Just in case you notice, I do a lot of these readings, or I'm doing a lot of these readings same day, but posting different days, just in case. You know, I'm still healing from that stomach bug that my daughters now have. And so I want to try to be more consistent. So I want to make sure that I have content, if that makes sense. Plus the energy is moving a lot. For some reason, I'm not a fan of like posting so much, because with tarot, you kind of have to let the energy move. So that's why we do so many different subjects. People that do tarot understand. Why am I so itchy all of a sudden? But the energy is moving a lot right now, and also I have a lot of new projects that I want to do on the channel. So you'll see. Okay, so we're doing what the heck is going on, and you got 3, which is, nope, you got 4. That's too many. That's way too many. Should I take the top 2? Fuck it. Oh, this is too many. Alright, let's see. You got integration, tantric journey, okay, synergy. I want to read synergy for some reason. I don't know. I'm being called to it. So it says the frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new yet existing co-creations can give birth to a new reality. Got it. And soul time. I see why they wanted these for. Okay. Right now you guys are integrating, okay? I always say that people that speak spiritually, or speak with knowledge of psychology, or speak with fancy words, or words that are, you know, used incorporated with any kind of holistic or even religion. If you use it and you don't incorporate it, you're just an asshole with fancy words, okay? So I feel like for whoever I'm talking to right now, Gemini's collective, you know, whatever sun, moon, rising, or whatever is major in your Gemini, right now you guys are integrating the things that you have learned. I feel like you guys have learned a ton of lessons, and it was taking you time, because when you're healing, it's really difficult to integrate the things that you can't put in new programs when you're still deleting old programs, right? Even though you understand the basic concept of what is, let's say, a situation. Let's say my favorite phrase from Carl Jung, which is, you know, we technically never forgive. We just let go, right? And as much as you understand the basis of the words, you understand what it means, and you understand what they're saying, until you actually integrate it, meaning that you've done that and you've integrated into your soul, and you're incorporating that into your everyday life, that hasn't become a part of your DNA. It hasn't become a part of your basic knowledge. It hasn't become a tool. But because if you're going through, let's say something major, you went through something very toxic, you can't integrate it yet until you've actually released anger, and you're now working on releasing, right? Letting go of that hurt and pain for whatever it may be, right? So right now I feel like a lot of the lessons that you have learned hadn't been integrated yet. They're being woven. I'm seeing like just like I don't know how you make one of those sweaters. They're just being woven. They're being woven into your DNA right now. They're being integrated. I do feel like there is somebody or somebodies that are coming into your life, and there's soulmates. I feel like you have several people coming into your life. Some of them could be friends, but I do feel like there could be a romantic partner on the horizon. take it or leave it. Or if not, this could be somebody that you're already with, right? But I do feel like you guys are going to start integrating and downloading together, because you guys are like meant to play a role together, right? And a lot of these are going to be found through tantric play, like different ways of different positions open different chakras. It's just like chiropractor, or what's that thing that I've done before with the needles? You guys know what I'm talking about. I can't think of the word right now. Acupuncture. You hit the right nerves, right? You hit the right positions. Like per se, if you're get on as a woman, if you get on all fours and you bend, it's almost like downward dog, but you spread your legs, your hips even wider. Just alone, I'm not even talking about a sexual matter, just alone, that for a woman helps release energy, right? And so different positions, but included with somebody who's a soulmate, somebody who has I was gonna say DNA, obviously DNA, but I heard mainframe again. See, we're just getting a bunch of words that, yes, I have to 3D them. Codes that are being given to you, and vice versa, right? And with different tantric movements, you're opening up not only healing and places that need to be opened up. It's almost like you need to be cracked in different spots. Like break my back so I can get a download. Oh my god, this is awesome. I'm gonna claim this because I'm a Gemini, but I'm single, so I hope I find someone. Like, yeah, I need you to break my back because I need a download of information. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to spread me, let's call this the funky chicken. And yeah, because I've had my third eye blocked. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna like let's just protect it a little bit. Okay. Yes, because, and I feel like the person that's coming in, or the people that are coming in, I feel like they were not what you thought was gonna be your end all be all. I feel like you had envisioned different kinds of people that were gonna be this for you, right? You didn't imagine that what was gonna come in was going to, they're just gonna be different than what you thought. They're gonna look different. They're gonna just, for what you thought was gonna be for you, they're just gonna be different. But the synergy is gonna be amazing. I just saw the yin and yang. It's gonna be the piece to the puzzle that you felt was missing, because you kept going after things that you thought were for you, but they were not fitting. They didn't fit because they were not for you. We as ego, our ego wants something else because it wants to look good. It wants specific looks, and I want this and I want that, and your soul wants something completely different. Something completely different, right? And so even though we're like, well, I want a man that's 6'2" and is this and is that, yeah, well, that you've had that man, and that man is a liar, cheater, manipulator, and I'm not saying all of them, right? I'm just giving an example of how it's turned out. Because if you have been able to find the person that the kind of person that you want, then you'd still be with him, right? So you haven't found that match yet, because they weren't your match, because what you're going after is not what you actually need. And I've learned, when I manifest, I don't ask for anybody specific. I don't ask even for what I want. Like, I want this kind. I tell the universe, please, you know what will make me the happiest? That is what I want. My happiest and highest timeline with the person that belongs there with me, that will make me happy. Because I can say I want a rich guy with this and this and this, and maybe the universe will bring it to me. most likely it will bring it to me. And then this person is, you know, a narcissist, or, you know, has a ton of addictions that we have to work through. And it's just like, why? Because they fit everything on my list. Now I have to deal with all this other. We do not, we have a log in our eyes, which makes us manifest through ego. Soul time. Yeah, it's soul time. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibility of the new reality to emerge. Yeah, you're going to be coming into a new reality. And this whole tantric journey is going to be opening up actual other portals for you, but also for other people. You're opening other portals. But look, you got, it's reversed, but you got 42, 41, 40. You guys might you might start actually like aging back. It might start looking like you guys look healthier and healthier, if that makes sense. Even though every year is getting like, you know, you're getting a year older, it might look like you are starting to look more youthful and more youthful. And I've read somewhere, I can't remember where I read, but the more spirituality you open up to, people actually start to reverse the way that they look, their face, wrinkles and stuff like that, because all of that stuff comes from like toxicity, anger, resentment, even like health issues, you know, all of that stuff, liver, hold anger, all of that stuff, right? So when I saw that, I just read that, you know, you guys might start to look more youthful. There we go. I'm gonna switch this to me because I'm sweaty here. I'm sweating. It's the hair, but then I don't always like to put it up. Yeah, sovereignty, yes, because you guys have reached a level of sovereignty. You guys are good on your own. You guys have your whole world, and you guys are keeping it. You guys are, sorry, I don't know why that made me spit. You guys right now have your world in balance, and you guys have your own sovereignty. I feel like you guys are still working on some areas. I just got some flashes in certain areas where it's still a little bit like there's tinkering going on. There's some work that needs to be done, but you guys are working on it. That's the whole point. The point is to be working at it, right? But you know, you have your financially sovereign, you're emotionally sovereign, you're all of those things, right? You can put your own clothes on, you can wipe your own butt, you can pay for your own food, all of those things, right? And things might still be tight, I heard, with funds, but things are starting to move more and more, right? Things are starting to move a little bit more and more for you in that department. Clarifying, yeah, the tantric journey, the masculine. Okay, so whoever is coming in, it doesn't matter if they're a woman. They're in their masculine energy, and I am getting, this is something that has been going on for cycles. And again, you guys have 42, and the tantric journey is 42. So I would like Google 4242, but I know that 444, you guys are being told, you know, you guys are being taken care of, you guys are always being watched over. And then 2s have to do with harmony and balance. And then you guys could be a life path 2, you guys could be a life path 4, but something having to do with 4242, because you have 444 here, you have 43, well, you have 42 and 41, which you know, 2 plus 1 is 3. And then it's 40, which is 4. And then again you have 42. And then you have 41 again with synergy. Yeah. Look. You have 41 again with synergy. Look. I'm going to show you guys. Don't mind this card. This card is dirty and I don't know if you can see this. But there's 42 and 42. The masculine tantric journey. Okay, and then You see that? You see that? Did you see that? Right? Okay, but this one was over here. So let's put this one back over here. But then there's 40 and 30. Alright, let's clarify this synergy. I don't know why I thought discernment. Synergy. There's a lot of moon cycles that have gone on. There's a lot of, and you might have even gone through moon cycles with this person. But no, I'm hearing that you guys have been waiting a lot of, I've waited many moons for you is what I'm hearing. There's something about a new moon. I know we just had the new moon. With the lunar god, you could either have Cancer in your chart, or this person could have Cancer or Pisces. Look, and then there's this star over here that's shining. It's almost like it's your North Star. So it's almost like it's your North Node. So maybe this person has Cancer in their North Node. And it's like coming home to you. They're coming home to you. This person feels like home to you, and vice versa, or they're going to. Because this person is your North Star, which to me is giving North Node, which your North Node, remember, is where you end up, where you're meant to end up after you've paid off your karma in your South Node, right? We start off in our North Node, we move into our South Node, karma, 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 and then you're meant to come back to your North Node. And that's where you're meant to, like, kind of settle into, right? But I am getting something about Pisces and Cancer, and your North Node coming home to. Yeah. Okay. Let's continue. Synergy. I'm hearing symbiosis. There's symbiosis. It's almost like, okay, you know what I just got? I just got Venom. You know how in Venom, he at first was trying to eat him? He was trying to eat him. He was like, because they're aliens. They're like, he was like, are you me? And he's like, oh, come on, Eddie. Like, blah, 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 whatever. And then it turns out that, like, they're really symbiotic and they're really, like, best friends. And it's better that they just, like, they work together. It's copacetic. Like, they both win. It's, some gain, no loss, right? It's some gain, no loss. Nobody has to lose. Both of you win some. He got to live on Earth and enjoy the, heads of the enemies, and the other dude got to do all this other stuff and be, a hero every once in a while. It was symbiotic. And at first, though, it just felt like this was like they were at odds with each other, because one was sick and the other one was draining him. It was just like, it just wasn't right? And it doesn't mean that you've already been through around with this person, but it could. I do feel for some of you guys, it does feel like this could be somebody that you've not per se it's a toxic, because you're never gonna end up with a toxic person, okay? You're especially somebody that where it's ABUSIBE, that's I can forgive you, that's absolutely fine, but that is not ever going to be your person. I'm sorry, it's just not. That's never. No, you can go through trials and tribulations with somebody that you could end up with later, but not when it becomes physical or violent or like straight up abusive in any kind of form, okay? So if that was your situation, then this isn't your reading, and this isn't somebody that you've been through that with, because you're never going to end up with somebody that is a karmic, and you will learn the lesson and move on. And it's preparing you to have strong boundaries, so that when you meet somebody and have that strong connection, you have boundaries and you know how to defend yourself, right? Soul time. Let's clarify. Wow, that came out fast. The path. Yeah, you're going to be on the right path. I just heard the Wizard of Oz on the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Yeah, the yellow brick road. You're on the yellow brick road. Look, and you're going into a whole nother, like you're leaving from this void. I'm getting like a void here. And you're going onto a clearing where the sun is rising. Where the sun is rising, and it's like grassy knoll, and it's beautiful. And here it's almost like you're going from Mars to Earth, or like from space to Earth. Look. Oh, this is beautiful. This gave me kind of the Eye of Sauron, but if it had healed. And then I can see an 8, almost like the infinity sign, right? And what is the 8? The infinity sign in Reiki? Isn't that God? Sorry, me and my hair are not being symbiotic right now. It's healing, right? It's healing. So it's almost like whoever has come in has healed, has gone through a lot of the same things you have gone through, and maybe at one point was the Eye of Siren. They might have had a siren, because that was a Freud slip, right? A Sauron. Why can't I say it? Oh my God, Sauron. Lord of the Rings fans, y'all know the Eye of Sauron. But it's like rounds now and not like evil. It almost looks like a honey brown eye. Like those beautiful brown eyes that when, you know, those people that have those brown eyes that when they smile, the smile reaches their eyes and it just takes over their face. That's what I'm getting. It's giving Scorpio vibes. And then at the bottom of the deck we got change. I'm getting change, but with this picture for my females, it's giving the female part, or it's giving the female part, right? It's giving the rose. You know, the rose is known for, it was said that it was the, why can't I think of it? Why did I just go blank on all that information? Okay, I'm not going to bring it up. But the female, it's almost like the change that's bringing in is bringing in DNA change. You might be having a child with this person. But again, with the tantric journey, what you're bringing in, it's almost like the female, that's what's bringing in the downloads. The masculine has downloads as well. I'm not saying they don't, but the feminine, this part right here, this part is what is going to break open. Do you see how she's trying to? Okay, okay. I don't know. Look at this picture, and I don't know if you guys can see what I see, but it looks like there's an insertion here. And there's a into that. Does that make sense? And then there's electricity everywhere on this card. It just sets it all on fire. And it's gray, so it looks like it's been a while. So I don't know if, I know I've been celibate, right? So I don't know if a lot of my healers out there, I know for a lot of you guys have been going celibate, taking time alone, doing a lot of fasting, a lot of that energy. I've spoken to a lot of people, so I know that a lot of my healers out there have been celibate for a while. And so this could be like, it's been a minute, and this, like, it almost looks like an egg, but it really does, to me, it looks like an insertion. And if you've been on my channel before, you'll know that I don't really talk about this kind of stuff very often on here. Like, it's very rare that it comes up. So when it comes up, it just comes up, and that's what we're doing. Yeah. And I've noticed that the less I know what the hell I'm talking about, the more it resonates, because these are not my words, because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Let's clarify. Whoa. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles, growth. Look, they're fertilizing, and they're watering, and they're growing seeds here. Yeah, coming together, growing seeds, and I heard fertilizing, just fertilizing, and there's going to be growth here. There is, and also, you know, when you are having rebirth, you're having a rebirth, and everything that you create is a new birth. You have the High Priestess in reverse, the masculine. You don't see this coming, and you don't know that this is coming. I feel like you had given up, to be honest with you. And you don't see that this is coming. With the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like you guys had kind of there was an imbalance. There's an imbalance going on. There's an imbalance going on, and there was, again, it's giving like, oh, I had just given up on this. I'm just going to focus on my work. I'm just going to focus on my health. I'm just going to focus on everything else, because it was almost like it's not going to happen for you, and you guys had given up. And that's perfect, because that's exactly when it's meant to happen, right? Clarifying the path, Judgment in reverse. Yeah, with the Three of Cups in reverse. Yes. You felt like you were never gonna get, it just felt like, oh, you know what, it felt like in the past all you were getting was judgment. You were getting just situations where it just felt like you weren't getting, why is it, I can't even explain it, because that's how it feels. It feels like you can't even explain it. It almost felt like no matter how much you tried, it was just like you were just always getting the same old. It was almost like lesson after lesson after lesson. And with the Three of Cups, it would never come together, even with friendships. With the Ace of Swords in reverse, it was almost like you felt like it would, you didn't, it felt like you couldn't, I want to say you couldn't see the truth, but what I'm hearing is that you felt you had your truth, and your truth was that you weren't going to ever have this, that this was no longer for you. But you were incorrect, mon frère, because this was meant for you. It's just that you needed to just basically let go of it and release it. And you called judgment on this. You were having a little bit, honestly, you were being a little bit judgmental on the whole situation, because you obviously went through so many lessons, and of course, who wouldn't be angry, right? Who wouldn't want to call judgment on this? But it's coming, and it's here. And the path is number 8. I didn't even notice that. The path is number 8. With the Ace of Swords in reverse, you didn't see it. You had to not be able to see it coming. I just heard you would have messed it up. Listen, I'm laughing because I would have messed it up too. I would have just fucked it up. Just because, again, we move with ego. And unfortunately, you know, we still, even as much as we heal, we tend to get in our own way no matter how much we try. Right? Right. Alright, Geminis, I'm going to leave it here. This was a very interesting reading. I hope this helped somebody, and I will see you guys soon.